Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan, the one we have been waiting for. CJ Stroud versus Georgia, college football playoff semifinal. What a game. What a performance. Fired up for this one. Let's get into it. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. It is the foundation, the bedrock of this channel. If you're interested in supporting the channel, if you're interested in even more Quarterback School content, so you dig the details, the nuance, well, over at the Quarterback School Patreon community, we're really trying to create the environment of what it's like in an NFL quarterback room. So we talk all sorts of detail about high-level quarterback play, pass protection, passing concepts, defensive coverages, pressures, everything and anything that you think will take your game understanding to the next level. The Quarterback School Patreon community is for you. Get over there, check it out. The link is in the video description. As for this video, let's get into it. CJ Stroud and the Buckeyes almost taken down Georgia. Tough L, 41-42, but my goodness, CJ Stroud, have yourself a day. Marvin Harrison Jr. also loved this route right out the gate, little play action. We're going to roll right, move the launch point, and throw back. It's a theme, y'all. Not every quarterback can do it. CJ Stroud makes it look easy. Watch this route down at the bottom now. I want to let it play once, then we'll draw it up. But this little shake or sell the post, boom, snap out of it. Look at the separation he creates. Just a really nice job. And again, when I'm talking about move the launch point, so we're going to have some iteration of play action. Okay, so we're going to fake the run. We're then going to move the launch point. We're now going to, at the bottom of the screen, come up here, sell this post, watch this little head move at the end, and then snap this thing out and make this throw across the field. It's not the only time that they move the launch point and throw it across the field. These are not easy throws. These are not layups, checkdowns. Those are big boy throws across the field. Now, it helps to have a great route and probably the best college wide receiver going right now. But still, we're out there dealing, showing off the arm strength. The rhythm, accuracy, love it. Next one here. We're going to get a little shift, nothing's there. We're going to find a touchdown pass, make a play, create. I love the point when he gets outside the pocket too. Marvin Harrison Jr. is at the bottom of the screen. He's going to eventually catch the touchdown pass. So nothing there, no panic, no force. Get outside the pocket, point, and rip that thing 40 yards. Making plays. I mean, his feet, CJ Stroud's feet, really giving them an opportunity to win this game. I love the decision making here not to force it. There's nothing there. No panic. 4-person rush. Keeps your base. Vision. Eyes. You catch that subtle point right here. He points, get back across the field. And then he's able to rip that thing 40 yards on the money. Just simply outstanding. And again, there's a lot of our offensive architecture, scheme, game plan going on here with all the shifts and motions to give them some big advantages. It's not here this play. There's nothing there. Nowhere to go with the ball. Immediately go create. And not only is it the creating outside the pocket, but for me, it's the vision. It's essentially being the conductor back there, pointing, get open, and then ripping 40-yard shots down the field. It's one of those things for me, and specifically with CJ Stroud, I think coming into this game, I might have had a mental model of, oh, he's more of a pocket guy. He's not going to beat you with his legs. His legs, his ability to create, really give them an opportunity to win this game. It's not necessarily winning from the pocket. Now, he does win from the pocket, and they do some really nice things. But from the back here, you can really see he's out there conducting this thing. He's generating these big plays down the field outside the pocket. So no, he's got his eyes to the right, doesn't like it, nothing. Right there, boom. And that's not just a simple over. That's a big-time shot down the field, massive touchdown. Now, even for as great as this game was for CJ Stroud, and it really was a special performance, he misses some opportunities. This first one, up top, the big flag up top. So deep corner, off a little play action. To me, he gets off of it a little early and goes hunting for the over. I think if he watches this film, he probably thinks he's got that route up top. Now, the timing of this thing is a little funky. You almost have to be able to see that flag before you get to the over. So you can't really go over back to that deep flag. So you kind of have to feel that space. But when you look at this film as a quarterback or as a coach, you're definitely going to want to say, geez, man, we missed an opportunity for another big play. And that's saying something when you have a day where you almost throw for 350, 4 touchdowns, and put up 40 and really could have been more against Georgia. But again, it's worth acknowledging you're going to be nitpicky on these types of evaluations. You're going to say, hey, this is an opportunity. I love the control at the line of scrimmage, locking in the pass protection, making sure we're all on the same page. Little ghost or orbit play action. Now, I will say, when you turn your back like this and fake, to me, that makes it more difficult to come out here and find this thing down the field. Normally, I would say, this is probably like an alert or the 1 just because you have to, because it happens down the field. This is probably the 2, and then here's that check down. And it ends up being just 3 layers, right? All to one side. But I think he really gets off this a little early, specifically with all the space he's got out there. But I think it's worth acknowledging, you turn your back, the offensive construction to fake this kind of around versus faking the kind of fake jet sweep in front of you makes it more difficult on the quarterback. And it looks like he gets to the over quick, right? Like he's already on the over. Well, you can see you got all that space up top. So even having a huge day could have even been even bigger potentially with a couple of these misses. And this isn't the only miss, but it's worth acknowledging. I think for me, it's worth acknowledging when you pull apart the film. Okay, I'd love to see him hit that. Why would he miss that? Well, he'd miss that because he's spinning around. That motion right there, that's someone's decision. Now, is it Ryan Day? Is it whoever? You could do the same fake, in my opinion. And again, this is where all these things are choices. If you fake the jet sweep in front of him, it gives the same action. And it allows the quarterback to be able to not have to whirly bird like this, twirl, to then not be able to find the deep shot for the big chunk. So again, this is not all on CJ Stroud, but it's worth pulling it apart for me to be able to understand why we're missing these. Next one. This is a tough miss. I feel bad for him here. Up top, a little fade out. On the move, going to your left. Now, it could be a great catch, and that guy makes great catches all the time. You almost expect him to make these types of plays. I don't have anything for you other than the fact that he doesn't put it where he wants to. I mean, look at his reaction here at the end. Watch CJ Stroud's reaction. I mean, it's tough. It's a really great route. It's almost too good of a route, if that makes sense. Like he comes off and he gaps him to the fade. So if he would have just caught it and thrown a fade, it's probably an easy touchdown. But with this route, to me, this little fade out, you're going to come up, you're going to run the fade, pretend like you're going to get it, and then you're going to go back to that front pylon. Quarterback-wise, he does it almost perfect for me, everything but the throw. He gets a little bit of depth. He carves it downhill at his target, so he's coming towards his target. He's not running. You'll see some guys go horizontal, make it a lot harder of a throw. I think we just missed the hookup. So even with as great of a day as it was, we're leaving throws like this out there, hookups like this. Again, look at this route up top at the top. You tell me if you could throw the fade there. That's a fade win. I mean, he beats him twice on 2 different routes. That's just an unbelievable route. That dude is going to be special. He already is special. Everything but the hook up there. And again, I love the body. I love the body language after. Some people might not like that body language. To me, I like it. I think it shows that he cares. He's invested. Just hook it up. Next one here. I love this pocket movement. Okay, we take a fast L at right guard, and we're going to rip a sideline shot down here to the bottom. Watch this pocket movement. Boom. Reset your feet. Rip it. Okay, again, that's not finding the check down. That's ripping it down the field. He really is pretty elusive in the pocket. So to me, the right guard here just takes a quick L. Boom. You got to make that. I mean, that's no slouch. You're making miss there either. Up, quick movement, boom, separate, reset. That is outstanding. And we're ripping it down the field outside the numbers. Just a really nice job. Again, for me and CJ Stroud and his film, these are the types of things that will really accelerate, for me, his movement up the charts. Not that he has that much room to go, but these are the things that I think coming into this game, I wouldn't have thought that he is as elusive, has the change of direction and the vision to make you pay down the field. It jumps off this film. Quick L, move, reset, rep. I mean, that's an outstanding rep. My goodness. Next one here, touchdown pass. We're elusive again. This time, the left guard takes the L. A little bit slower, but still pretty quick. Elusive, pocket movement, strength, balance. Find the back line for a touchdown. Again, this to me is really, really impressive from CJ Stroud on this type of stage versus this type of opponent to show the elusiveness, the strength. So elusive right there. Change your direction, right? Change your direction. Boom. Move. Balance. Steep on your feet. Now the vision. So it's not all this movement looking to run. Eyes down the field. Flick. Touchdown. Again, Harrison Jr. finding a way. This is just simply magical quarterbacking for me. I love so many elements of it. The vision, the strength, the elusiveness, the change of direction, the arm strength, the flick. Got a little flick there. This is a 30-yard flick. He throws this thing from the 20 to the back line, damn near. 28-yard throw on a little flick after you've made two people miss, almost got knocked down. I didn't know he had this in the bag before this game. But it's certainly there, and he does it consistently. It's not a one-play wonder. It's not one highlight. It's layered in this game. It's caked into this film. Movement, vision, find him, flick, dime, touchdown. Whoo! Next one here, 2nd and 4. Just a nice little full field read. This is clean. This is decisive. I really like the base. Almost taking out the umpire. It's just nice to see on film. Watch him go right, left. Our right to left, his left to right. So watch the helmet stripe. Looking to our right, no. Great base, right back. See how decisive that is? There's no indecision. He's locked into the progression, puts it right on him. Now, it's not the most difficult throw in the world. But again, on this channel, I'm trying to provide the evidence. Can he process? Can he go full field read? Option, no. Back across, yes. Appreciating the umpire's flexibility and movement as well. I like it. Watch the umpire. Get down. Yo! For me, though, CJ Stroud, the base, the decisiveness, full field read, playing in rhythm, outstanding. Love it. Next one. This is every offensive coordinator's dream call. The 7-on-7 Holy Grail. Smash with the running back right down the middle of the field. A little pipe or rail. This is a hell of a finish from the back as well. Just an absolute, I think of as like a Saban's bracket beater, crusher, asking the middle linebacker to match to the number 3 or to the back, putting massive stress. It's a little bit unique for me to be in what I consider like a condensed-ish formation, right? They're on the numbers here. So what you normally do with this play is you're going to have some iteration of smash. All that means is corners up top, and those are really to pull those safeties, get those safeties matching to the vertical of the number 2. And then at the end of the day, this is just tailback versus Mike linebacker, and you've got him anywhere on the field. You got him just as long as you don't get collision there, you got a great opportunity to make a play. And the back does a great job finishing here, spinning into the end zone. But this, this had every visor wearing dude smiling after this. Nice catch. Just put significant stress on any type of split field coverage, middle field open coverage. Can't get your hands on the back. Big time play. Pretty rare to see it thrown in any game, let alone a game of this magnitude. Love Ryan Day dealing right here. This is awesome. Great job from Stroud, seeing it, giving him a good enough ball. That's a nice adjustment. Great spin. Beautiful touchdown. Next one here, a little play action. Move the launch point again. The new number 2 to the bottom. He's running the over. We're going to throw this over all the way across the field. Again, showing off the arm strength, the accuracy. I love these throwbacks. I really, really love the game plan to move the launch point and try to alleviate some stress up front from that Georgia D-line. Move the launch point. Great job from CJ Stroud. Again, just the easy flick. He's got a really fluid stroke. He's a big dude, but he makes these throws look smooth and easy. There's nothing easy about these types of throws. Again, play action, move the launch point, right? So you don't allow, why is that important? You don't allow these rushers to just pin their ears back and know where the quarterback's going to be. Then we're going to get this over to the bottom of the screen, the new number 2. The reason I call him the new number 2 is because with this motion here, this wide receiver becomes the number 1. He's outside of him. So the new number 2 right here, big time over, but you got to let him get over there. He's got to, that's not a short route. There's no quick game elements of this. We're changing the launch point. We're ripping a throwback over. Outstanding. It's hard for any DB type to cover someone that far across the field. Just a great job. And Stroud makes these throws look easy. Watch the release, kind of the sequencing of his mechanics. Foot in the ground, see it, flip. See how he can't even really get through the throw? He's got a really nice front side right there. He's going to take a big shot as well. I mean, this is outstanding. I love the smooth, easy, accurate dime. Another big chunk here. This time, play action over to the point on the bunch. Down here to the bottom, number 2, literally. We got a flag up top, but we're going to rip that little over. I love the separation on the over as well. Again, they are just dialing up some play action beaters. For me here, CJ Stroud, just in unbelievable rhythm. Also, great pass protection. You know, the shift to the bunch, little counter pass, nobody around him, driving that thing right on him. Yes, he's open. Yes, it's a really nice route, but CJ Stroud is dealing right here. The thing I love about this route here is watch the separation out here. So because you're in a condensed formation, you're going to have a little flag up top. Flag to me is just a deep corner where you set that thing to the back pylon usually. You don't want to just get over here as fast as you can versus man coverage with someone running with you. You want to kind of come up and at the top of this thing really give them something and separate. And so at some point you got to create some space if someone's in your hip. And so watch this route from the point of the bunch. Up, right, boom. That separation just leaves him. I mean, that is outstanding change of direction, nuanced detail to running routes, wide open, big chunk, great offensive architecture, outstanding quarterback play, ripping it. Obviously, CJ Stroud has got a handle on this play action game. His ability to drive the ball down the field, one of his strengths, vision, accuracy down the field. There's so much to like. That is easy. Love it. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. It lets you know when we go live, when we put out new content. I really appreciate the support for the channel. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Great way to support the channel, get even more content. Get over there, check it out. I appreciate the support. In addition, we've got Quarterback School courses, really the premium content available through the channel. Got a bunch of different courses on many of my favorite football topics, RPOs, pass protection, how to beat every coverage, tempos. We even have an entire offensive framework, an entire offensive system. So if you like the way that I talk and teach ball, you will love all of those courses. Get over there, check them out. I appreciate it. And then finally, we've got a bunch of free resources available. We've got a Pass Pro Quiz, test your knowledge. We've got a play calling tool, learn how to match your personnel with the different coverages that you anticipate seeing. And then finally, we've got a free quick game course. So if you're interested in any and all of those resources, all the links are in the video description. I appreciate you checking them out, supporting the channel. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. As for this one, let's get back to the video. Next one, 3rd and 2, touchdown pass. A little sneak flat to the wide receiver up top. This is a big ask of that corner up top. Again, this to me is scheming people up. So you're going to ask those corners to play a lot of what most people call Meg or man everywhere he goes. Okay, well, now you got to follow him all the way across the field. And you got to navigate all that traffic. And you can see it's just a foot race to the front pylon. So for me here with these formations, oftentimes in these sneak flats, so this is where the wide receiver is. Oftentimes in these sneak flats, you'll see it run by like a sniffer or a fullback type, and they'll be coming across into the flat. And that's tough in and of itself. But to ask a wide receiver to do this creates a few things. One, it takes a while. They might get caught up in the trash here. But if they don't get caught up in the trash and they're able to make it across somewhat quickly, it's asking a lot of this corner. So if you're this corner, you've got to run through all this traffic. You probably got a tight end coming into your vision with an over. You've got to navigate your own guys. And it's just a massive foot race. So watch this guy right here try to navigate that traffic. This is what I'm talking about. offensive architecture, offensive structure, play calling, scheme. They want to play man. Good luck navigating that. Good night. Love it. And again, CJ Stroud doing a nice job off platform, moving the launch point. These are, I wouldn't say difficult throws by any means. You still got to make the layups. Nice throw, put it right on him, allow him to keep his stride, touchdown. Awesome. Now, next one here. We've got some pass pro issues. Similar shift we've seen all night, shift a bunch. Everybody wants to shift and motion until they get their quarterback smoked. For me, this is most likely on the back. Okay? Now, I don't know for sure. I'm not in the meetings. Only they know for sure. But I can tell you that the back oftentimes will have a duel where you essentially abort the run fake here and you just go block 22. It looks like CJ Stroud has no idea that he's going to get hit from over there. To me, this usually means that it's someone else's responsibility. Now, I will say the center turning to number 2 here. And again, we're making a lot of assumptions here, so let's at least acknowledge it what it is. It sure looks like the center is turning this way to number 2, so I would assume they would be going to these 3. So what that normally means is that the back is on a duel. His eyes sure look like they're over here. So I'm assuming he's going 1 here to scan. Scan usually means off the edges. So off this edge, off this edge. So you'd love to see him come up, fake this thing, and then go take the hit off if 10 doesn't blitz. Now, if 10 blitzes and 22 blitz, well, then we're hot. Then we're in all sorts of trouble. Pretty hard to ask the left tackle, left guard, and center to be able to sort this thing out and go all the way out here. Unless you're having the back go dual 1 to 2. But again, just watch where the left tackle kind of sits. The left tackle is sitting on this game inside, so he's not working out to 22. That makes me think it's on the back. But regardless, if this is on a quarterback's film, you want to get to the reason why. Does he not know? Is it on the back? Let's assume it's on the back, but let's acknowledge he's getting blasted on his film. That's a tough hit. That's a tough, tough hit. Again, from the back, you can see shift, motion. All looks good on the whiteboard until you got to change direction. You got guys moving. You don't declare. You've got a lot of moving parts, and it's a tough ask. Okay, playing running back is not about running the ball at this high of a level, especially not on Sundays. Oftentimes, it's just as much about pass protection if you're on the field. We got to protect our quarterback, but man, he's taking a shot, and he bounces right back up. Tough, tough quarterback. Next one here, play action, boot, throwback again. This time to the number 1 at the bottom with a big post up top now instead of the flag. It doesn't matter. We can't call enough of these this game. Going quick. Nice job from the sniffer. Again, big chunk down the field, off play action, driving the ball down the field. The Bulldog got the tackle. Again, just watching the scheme here. Watch that over at the bottom with the post up top. Pretty rare. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I know exactly what this coverage is. I'm sure some saving guru out there does. This motion, normally you would think, oh man, he would probably hunt up that over, but it's almost like they're like, 2 ships in the night. Whoop, with that big post up top. I mean, everybody runs this iteration, okay, but not everybody kind of boots away from it to do it. I don't even know if I'd call this a true boot, but again, play action away. Set up, rip that thing back across the field, outside the numbers. I just love the fact that Ryan Day keeps going back to these big hitters. Going fast, mixing up the snap count. CJ Stroud can certainly do this play action game where he can drive the ball down the field anywhere he wants. Next one here, 3rd and 7. This one hurts, literally, pun intended. I'm assuming this was a throwaway versus 0, and it just came up short. But losing Marvin Harrison Jr. really does impact this game. And, first of all, I just feel terrible for the guy to miss this opportunity in the second half. But CJ Stroud here, I think this is a big-time learning rep because this is 0. And there are a few different things here for me that I've got issues with. I try to be as judicious as I can here and objective as I can. The first part is that I don't like any bit of the quarterback play. Okay, so just acknowledge that part of it. For me, if we're going to get zeroed, it's a fine line between sometimes people will tell you, or some coaches that I've been around will say bail, but you bail away from the free runner. So let's just assume the free runner's up here. So that means you want to kind of be in a slow bail away from him. Well, what that does, in my opinion, is that it really screws these offensive linemen because they're pass setting. They're blocking their normal guy. So they're essentially pushing this guy to you. So what you really want to do, what you really have to do, the first thing you have to do offensive architecture structure-wise is you need a hot throw. This is not a good hot option. There's a little like whip down here, but I don't love whips or arrows versus zero either because it's essentially a double move. You're in and out of something. You need something fast. You need a fade. You need a quick out. You need a slant, some sort of hot throw. So that doesn't exist. That's my first issue. But then this bailing thing really puts a lot of stress on your tackles. So in a perfect world, you just got to skunk this thing. You just take an incompletion, you catch it, you got nowhere to go with it, you get it out of your hands, you don't take a hit. But see how he bails and he takes himself to the hit? The right tackle has this guy blocked. So first of all, let's just acknowledge the fact that where do you want the hot to go? To the number 3 up top on a little arrow? He's going to get hit. There are no great hot options. Maybe you throw that fade up top as the number 1. Okay, that's a fair criticism for me. But when you bail to the right like this, see how he's like turning and running? You almost have to like gallop backwards. And then obviously you need to put that in the front row. I'm assuming that's a throwaway. I hope it's a throwaway. And it just comes up short. So there's lots of things to learn from there. From giving your guys hot options to not putting your offensive tackles in a tough spot by kind of running to that side. To me, this is less of a drop and more of a escape right. See how he kind of just goes? This is not sprint right footwork, roll out to the right. You can see the right tackle. The right tackle is taking a traditional pass set. The free runner is to the left. I understand why he wants to do that, but you need to have a hot throw to our right. You're going to be hot on 11. That's tough. Man, that's tough. And the fact that he got hurt, it's brutal. This is a game changer play. And CJ Stroud had an impact in this happening at the end of the day. Tough. Next one here, big time scramble run. I love the fact that CJ Stroud showed that he can beat teams or really hurt teams with his feet, with his ability to get out and go. And it's not just scramble to run, although he does scramble to run here. He gets vertical here as well. This part right here, I think that there are different games of the year you probably get down and slide, not slide in this game, these moments. I honestly don't know how he knows to go here. We got an L, I think, on the right side of the offensive line. The back probably doesn't block as well as he needs to, but technically they're blocked up. He does a nice job just sensing the color and he's out. And then this ability, not throwing it away, not going out of bounds, we're getting vertical. I love the competitiveness. I just love the energy that this thing brings to a team. It is contagious. It is outstanding quarterbacking. It is rising to the moment as well on this stage. I think needs to be stated. There is so much to love about these scrambles at the end of this thing. I love it. And really, I think it's worth acknowledging the fact that, myself at the top of this list, probably erred on the fact of identifying him or making it easy on myself, saying, hey, he's a pocket guy. He's going to beat you from within the pocket. He's got the capacity to do this. And he makes it look easy. He's running away from people. He's getting downhill. He's making plays for his team. I love it. Next one here, 42 seconds left. This is an awesome deep out to the bottom. Wide side of the field, lined up to his left, lowercase anticipation, missing the best receiver in college football. Watch him get lined up to his left here. Boom. See how he hits he's not like a true dovetail, but at the top of this 5 drop, he's lined up. That's lined up to your left. All his cleats in the ground, and he can rip it on time with great base, lowercase anticipation. I love this throw, man. With less than a minute left, look at this thing to the bottom when he lets this thing go. Boom. See him lined up to the left? He separates right there. Lowercase anticipation at the bottom of the screen. Ripping that thing. I mean, that is a big time throw, y'all. I want to make sure we state here. these throws, 15+ yard quick outs to the wide side of the field, right? This is the far hash to your left, under a minute, college football semifinal. Hell yes. These are massive throws, and he's making it look easy. Dot, right up on his face. Arm strength, accuracy, understanding, read, coverage, footwork, technique. On this occasion, on this stage, dime. In the last one here, 39 seconds left, another massive scramble. Really gave Ohio State an opportunity to win this thing at the end with his feet. So not only can he throw from the pocket, I certainly think he can. I certainly think he's got every club in the bag from within the pocket. But he can do this, and he can get vertical. It's not just a, hey, get out of trouble and, throw the ball away. It's a, I'm going to go get vertical and go get us some. Make some people miss. Elusive. Falling forward, competing. These things are, so impressive on so many levels. And again, for me, it's caked in the film. It's all over the place. It's not a one-off rep. It is, we needed him to do this game to give Ohio State a chance, and he did everything but make the field goal. Just so impressive. I love the fact that he's out there making plays like this, giving his team a shot on this type of stage, rising to the occasion. Hell yes. So that is a wrap. CJ Stroud doing almost everything he could to take down the Georgia Bulldogs in a massive game in the playoffs, semifinal game. It was a hell of a game. I had a blast watching the game live. Even more fun to break it down at the All-22. I thought CJ Stroud put on an absolute show. Showing the arm strength, the ability to create, I think was a little bit surprising for myself at least. The ability to use his legs, extend plays, to be able to scramble and run, get vertical, really give them a shot at the end of the game, but also to keep them in the game and allow them to score early on, being able to create, be elusive, but not just take off and run. He's using his vision down the field, his off-platform throws. Now, was it perfect? No, it really wasn't. They left a couple opportunities out there. But my goodness, what an impressive performance. Really to be able to rise to the occasion, to be able to elevate his team, especially when Marvin Harrison Jr. goes down, but the ability to drive the ball down the field. His arm strength, his accuracy, his timing, his rhythm, his mechanics, his footwork, there's so much to like. Really impressive. I honestly think that if they kick that thing and make it at the end of the game, for me, I think we're having a more of a national conversation about him being the true number one. Now, I know Bryce Young has been kind of locked in that spot for a lot of us for a long time, and myself included, seeing both these guys throw live in person, really really love both of them. But for me, if CJ Stroud and the Ohio State Buckeyes make that kick at the end of the game, I'm wondering what is the conversation really like at that number one spot. And it might be CJ Stroud right now regardless. But that performance, to give that kind of opportunity to that Ohio State program in that setting versus that opponent, and the way he did it, it wasn't just from the pocket. It was creative. It was vision. It was explosiveness. It was elusiveness. It was making plays. It was creating. And it was driving the ball from within the pocket. There's so much to like and love. I hope you really enjoyed the video. I certainly enjoyed making it. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.